Hello, and welcome to Top Tips for Independent Living, presented by Independent Living Nova Scotia. I'm Michelle. Today, we're going to talk about how to have a positive attitude. The attitude that you have towards life really says a lot about you, and it can also shape the kinds of experiences that you're likely to have. Sometimes it can be really hard to stay positive, especially with a pandemic, and some days are harder than others. Attitude is how you show or express your feelings towards a person, idea, task, or event. But it's not necessarily about how you feel. In other words, sometimes, even when we're having a bad day, we still have to have a positive attitude. This can be really hard, so let's dive into my top tips for having a positive attitude. Tip number 1, reframe your thinking to focus on the positive. Sometimes it can be hard to get rid of negative thinking patterns in our heads. But when we shift our focus to what we're learning or what's going well, it can really help to improve our outlook. Also, try to focus on other areas of your life that are going well and use that as fuel for the areas where you're struggling. Things will change eventually. Nothing lasts forever. It can also be helpful to have an attitude of gratitude. This means focusing on things in your life that you feel grateful for. And it's a great way to shift and reframe your thinking to focus on more positive things in your life. Tip number 2, find fulfillment in other areas. If you're struggling at work, for example, try to focus on other areas of your life that are going well, like hobbies, relationships, and future goals that you're working towards. Tip number 3, see everything as an opportunity to learn and gain life experience. This is also called a growth mindset. Having a growth mindset means believing that your abilities can improve and that your skills and intelligence are not fixed. People with a growth mindset are not afraid of new challenges. They know that challenges help us learn and that mistakes are a part of life. We can learn from negative experiences too. Even though they're hard to work through, once we get through them, we can recognize areas where we can improve for next time and things that we learned through that experience. Life is all about learning and growth, so take every opportunity you can to adapt and change. Tip number 4, make an effort to make small changes that will make you feel better. Small changes can make a huge difference. For example, if the winter weather is getting you down, try buying some fresh cut flowers or some plants for your space, or a beachy piece of art that makes you feel happy. Think about ways to incorporate small things that bring you joy into the areas of your life where you're struggling. This can really help with positivity. Tip number 5, do things that bring you joy. Even just 5 minutes a day of something that makes you happy can really increase your positive attitude. After a negative interaction or situation, doing a short breathing exercise or even watching a funny YouTube video can help you reset your thinking patterns and gain some clarity of thought. Remember to practice self-care every day too. Self-care is about taking care of yourself physically and mentally so that you can persevere through all of life's challenges and come out on the other side with a more positive attitude. Tip number 6, be kind and gentle to yourself. You're only human after all. Having a positive attitude is not easy, but it is worth the effort. Be kind to yourself as you develop your positive attitude. No one is perfect, and positivity needs to be practiced. Make the conscious effort to be more positive, and it will pay off in the end, and eventually it will just come naturally. That's it for this top tip. Thanks for watching.